All right, you let me know when to hit play, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Minister looking like the Terminator up in here. And repeat, he is the House of Consciousness champion when it comes to the Bible. No one have taken his belt yet. Captain Tazariak is running around running. Everybody running. Pastor Bennett is running from the Black Jesus Minister. And so he still holds the title. And Garfield also running, you know. All these nigga nuts are running from the minister. Black Jesus Minister, you got 3 minutes to open up for your opening up.
Thank you, dear brother. Again, this is your boy, Black Jesus Minister, balling and crawling, banging and swinging, all the way from Houston, Texas. So glad to be here with each and every one of y'all.
And listen, you are the fucking House of Consciousness champion. Nigga, what's wrong with you? Talk like it, man. Talk like you the House of Consciousness champion, brother.
Brother, I am talking. That's why I'm asking you why you talking reckless over here.
Yeah, I'm talking. I'm saying I want y'all to call in. This is the time. Let's get it in. Come on, Daniel Allah. I see you in the building. You got a lot of explaining to do, Daniel Allah. You also have a lot of explaining to do, Captain Tazariak, Divine Prospect, Zion Lex, and I see why a lot of people is now running from Black Jesus Minister because he is pulling off the covers of a lot of the scriptures that y'all been hiding for a long time. Hold on, brother. Hold on. I'm talking. I see why everybody is running from the champion because he's been pulling off a lot of stuff. He's been showing a lot of stuff, man. And that's going to be mighty hard for you, Daniel Allah, to get up out of that. Now that we know that the Kemites, the Kemetic people, are also mixed with the Hebrews, and they are Hebrews as well, Daniel Allah. But y'all have lied to us, Captain Tazariak. You told us that the Africans were what they call them, what? That they were evil and nasty and dirty and stinking people. Come to find out that, goddamn it, y'all are the Kemites today. Y'all the Kemetic people today, Daniel Allah. Damn, I want to say thank you, Black Jesus, for bringing this out, brother. Thank you, brother. You have showed and proved, Daniel Allah, call your ass up. You got some explaining to do. Captain Tazariak, call your monkey ass up. Y'all got some explaining to do. Peace and Black Power family. What's your name when you calling from?
Yo, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, man, I want to give all praises to Tabernacle Yahweh Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai, man. For those that don't know, my name is Jeremiah Yah. Please say the Yah. I am the Lions Den Debate League champion, Mr. Handing Out L's. And I just want to take this opportunity, man, to introduce a brother who has went into the conscious community and has shaken the foundation of the conscious community and has kicked much ass, right? This brother who I'm referring to is none other than Black Jesus Minister, right? The Worldwide Debate League champion, right? The House of Consciousness champion, and has been a key contributor in the development of the Lions Den, right? So what you brothers gonna do is put some respect on this brother's name for the work that he has done, right? And let me make this clear: this brother ain't afraid of nobody, right? So when it comes to this, man. So without further ado, I want to introduce my brother, Black Jesus Minister.
Yo, first and foremost, man, I want to give all praise and honor to Haman The Macedonian, and introduce myself. For those that don't know, man, my name is Jeremiah. Please say the guy. I am the Lions Den Debate League champion, right? Mr. Handing Out L, a brother who has walked into the conscious community and have shaken the foundations of the conscious community, who has been in there and kicked much ass, right? And a multitude of brothers, so been a key contributor to the promotion and development of the Lions Den, man, right? So for those that don't know, I am talking about Black Jesus Minister, right? The Worldwide Debate League champion, right? The House of Consciousness champion. That's who he is. And you're going to put some respect on his name. Black Jesus Minister.
Welcome to the Lions Den. Yeah, I've been gone for about 7-10 days, but guess what? I'm back. You can't hold a good lion down long. You know, I had to go into the den and do some calculating on some things. I've been seeing stuff going on. Hey, it's time for us to shut it down. This is the victory celebration in addition to the Lions Den. We got Black Jesus Minister coming on the show. Invite yourself in. But listen, first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming into the Lions Den. It's the victory celebration. Black Jesus Minister versus Jabari, the flying priest from Kenya. It was a bloodbath, y'all. I was there to witness. So what we doing right now, we doing the victory celebration, y'all. Come on into the Lions Den. I know y'all miss me. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this victory celebration going ASAP. Let me start inviting some people on in here. Hold up, y'all. But in the meantime, we're gonna play the victory song. Hold up, let's get it. Let's go. We're searching for Black Jesus. Fred. Yeah. Black Jesus. Hold up, y'all. We need somebody to come rally the troops. Where Black Jesus? He's gonna come rally the troops. A saint that we can trust that can carry us through the truth. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. I don't know how to act. I've been gone so long. I missed y'all. So come on in, everybody. We got Black Jesus Minister coming on. We finna say it's a party, y'all. Hey, Khalil King Cameras. Hey, you celebrating with the blues today now. Yeah. Come on, Black Jesus. Hey, Black Jesus, y'all. Hey, you searching for Black Jesus? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. That was a hell of a victory party, too.
Hey, hold on. Okay, there you go. Yeah, family. It's over. Come on in, fellas. Come on into your the Lions Den. Yeah. Hey, I'm proud of Black Jesus. There it is.
My man, can you hear me?
Yes, indeed. This is your boy, Black Jesus Minister. Thank you, Jeremiah. And thank you, Jeremiah. Appreciate you, brother.
Right. And I wasn't expecting that, man. That was beautiful.
File that for free.
All right, Jeremiah, let's get this show started. Can you hear us? I think he had a technical difficulties.
Biggest iconic wrestling.
Yeah! The Lions Den Debate League, the hottest debate league on the planet. And we back, baby. This is a big one. I've been waiting for this one all week, family. I've been waiting for this one all week. We got Black Jesus Minister in the building against my brother, the scholastic bully, Jashub, man. It's about to go down, man. Right? 7,000, man. What's good, bro?
Hey. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah, Kwam Yahshua. Hey, welcome to the Lions Den. Hey, this episode of Lions Den is brought to you by Common Sense. I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. It's about to go down. We got another, hey, you just seen the exciting debate with Pro Izzo versus So Real. It went down to the wire, but Pro Izzo, congratulations, you pulled it off. You moved into the next round with the Texas Rattlesnake King Seth. Like I say, man, now we finna find out who's moving on. When to go home. That's what's going down in the Lions Den Debate League. You see what I'm saying? And we ready to see what's gonna happen. And for all those who's out there watching, if you feel like you got, the testosterone or the estrogen from some of the sisters to join in and be a part of the Lions Den, hit me up, hit Jeremiah up, and hit some of our other people up. We'll get you in there. With that being said, I'm gonna fall back because we're running a little bit late, and we're gonna get this tournament going. That said, hey, I'm out. Shalom.
Yeah. We're in the building, man. It's about to go down. All right. So I want to real quickly introduce the judges, and I want to get the panel underway, man. Those that don't know, my name is Jeremiah. Please say Yah. We're going to do this thing right. All right. So the judges that we have in tonight's debate, hold up. Make sure everybody's here. All right. So we got Ratchet Craig. Talk to us, family.
Yeah. What's up, everyone? This is Ratchet Craig. I'm coming on here. First of all, I'm coming to throw some little shade right quick. I ain't gonna lie. All praises due to Jeremiah for having this line debate league tournament. I appreciate y'all. And if, according to Kadari, y'all are the real Prince of Israel to me right now, right? Hey, but I'm throwing a shade. I'm throwing a little shade. And I'm throwing another shade, right? This is another one. Congratulations, Doug Bird. But Matt was wrong for the earlier debate on the doubleheader. I'm just gonna throw that one out there too. But these are two of my favorite people right here, Black Jesus Minister and the Scholastic Bully, right? And I don't like now one on right now. Now one of my friends, you got to show me the evidence. I don't believe now one of y'all. Both of y'all information are flawed to me right now. And I am not going off my paradigm on what I believe. I'm going off what you can show me when it comes down to my judgment.
That's right, man. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, man. So we got my dear sister, one of the original members
one of the founders of the Lions Den. Sister Karima, talk to us, sis.
Yeah, I'm coming out of Cali, and we got two good debaters going on that's been here for a long time, and I'm very interested in what they got to say. I know a little bit about what Black Minister coming with, so I'm trying to see what my boy Yeshua got to say about it. But I'm here to judge all the way out of Cali.
That's right. That's right. All right, finally, our last judge is another original member of the Lions Den. Kyle, talk to us, brother.
What up? What up? What up? Yo, peace to everybody on the panel. Peace to Black Jesus. Peace to Jashub. What up, Jeremiah? Please say that, y'all. I'm excited about this debate. I'm ready to, you know what I'm saying, hear what these brothers gonna put together and bring out for it. And, you know, hopefully the people that's watching get some edification on these matters. Peace.
That's right. That's right. That's right. All right, family. This is what it's going to be. It's going to be 3 15-minute rounds. 3 15-minute rounds. Then there's going to be a question and answer. 3 questions apiece, or 4 questions apiece, and then we're going to the judges. All right. This is the layout. This is how we're doing it here in the Lions Den, man. Jashub, man, any words before we get started, man?
Yo, I said 10-minute rounds.
Brother, if you just want 10, use 10, bro, and switch it on over to me.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
So you got 15 if you want to use it, bro.
All right. All right, man. So which one of you brothers going first, man?
Jashub.
Of course he gonna want me to go first. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna set the tone. All right, man. I'm gonna share my screen. Can y'all see my screen?
Let me get it. Let me get it.
Oh shit, it's not letting me allow it.
There it is. I see it. There it is.
That's it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, I was still adding stuff to it. Just got off from work. All right, I'm gonna go into it.
All right, bro. I'm setting the timer now. Your time starts now.
So we're gonna deal with the Edomites, Esau, and scientific correlations. My opponent, I believe, he's not that good in this area when it deals with scientific correlations. I think he's gonna deal with a bunch of Bible jargon and deal with a bunch of opinionated belief. I'm going to bring forth anthropology and science to prove my point. In prior discussions with this brother, Black Jesus Minister, he has went on the record and said that the white people come from Japhet. So with no further ado, let's get into the first slide, man. So I'm going to educate my brother and I'm going to educate the judges on what population replacement is. Because according to the Bible and according to theologians, the original population of Europe would be the Japhites. But you got to understand something, that the Japhites were moved and replaced by a certain people. I purport that the people that replace the Japhites from Europe would be a race from the Middle East, a white race from the Middle East, which would be the Edomites. So according to population replacement, population history is complex, and the people living in location today are not necessarily the descendants of those who lived there in the past. Black Jesus Minister will have you believe that the people that call themselves white Europeans today are the descendants of the Japhites. I'm telling you that they come from the Edomites, and I'm going to provide scientific evidence, genetic evidence, and anthropology to back up my claim. I'm not going to preach to you. I am actually going to show you evidence. So again, population replacement and abandonment of a region due to warfare, climate change, or other natural catastrophes happened in the past and continues to happen today. This is what lends to population replacement. So Black Jesus Minister has to show and prove that these people stayed there. But we know through history and through anthropology, the Japhites did not stay in the land of Europe. So how is the white Europeans descendants of Japhites? That's one. right? And the source for that is DNA for Archaeologists by Elizabeth Matheson Smith, page number 82 and 83. So who replaced the Japhites? Who replaced the original Anachronism Europeans? I have a source right here. It says, these are the words of that prince of historians, Josephus, from which is seen that the descendants of Esau reigned in Kittim, which is Italy. From the fame of this king, many Edomites subsequently came to people Italy. By them was Rome founded. So we have a source stating that the Edomites came into Europe and did population replacement. So you cannot sit here and tell me that white Europeans descend from a people that were replaced. And the people I purport that replaced them are the Edomites. And the source right there is on the bottom of the screen, the prophets and hagiography by Manasseh ben Israel, page number 218. So again, I'm dealing with data, anthropology, and evidence here. My opponent has to do the same. He has to refute these claims. He can't just say, no, that's negative evidence. Negative evidence is not evidence. So let's go into the genetic standpoint of it, because I'm going to show and prove that the people that carried that white skin and brought white skin into Europe came from the Middle East, which I purport is Esau and Edom, because the word Edom means red and ruddy. And the ruddy people of today, of the modern time, would be the Europeans. It ain't Negroes. A lot of y'all want to purport that they're Negroes. You got to show me that in history and anthropology that Negroes were called ruddy and denoted and connotated as ruddy people. So again, here we go with the step hypothesis. It holds that this group spread east into Asia and west into Europe at around the same time. And the current study shows that they made it to Iberia. Through those 60% of the region's total DNA remained the same, the Y chromosomes of the inhabitants were almost entirely replaced by 2000 BC, which is the Bronze Age. So we can show and prove that the original people and inhabitants of Europe, which would be Japhet, if you follow in the Bible, in the biblical narrative, you would have to say that that's Japhet. My opponent believes that's Japhet, but he believes that they stayed there. But according to science and genetic and genomic data, almost all of the Y chromosomes of the Europeans were replaced. And I'm going to show you who those ancient Europeans were and who they were replaced with, which I purport being the Edomites. Just as the source I provided earlier, that the Edomites came and took over Italy. And I'm going to show and prove that the Edomites came, took over, and dominated Greece. And that lends to this Y chromosome from the step hypothesis that replaced the whole population of the Europeans. That suggests a massive influx of men from the steppes, since Y chromosomes are carried only by men. It looks like the influence was very male dominated. So my opponent will have to show me why are these people being replaced and who are these people being replaced? Because we know, according to the Bible, the Japhites were originally in Italy, were originally in Europe, and they wasn't white men. They were not white. According to genomic data, they were replaced. So the source for that is surprising DNA found in ancient people from Southern Europe. National Geographic, Aaron Blakemore did the article, and it was published March 14, 2019. So let's deal with the original autochthonous Europeans that this brother keeps purporting that are the modern Europeans. It says an ancient European hunter-gatherer man had dark skin and blue eyes. A new genetic analysis has revealed. So how is Black Jesus' minister going to say that the white man is Japhet when the original Europeans, which would be Japhet, had dark skin? These are a different set of group of people. They're not the same. This analysis of the man who lived in modern-day Spain only about 7,000 years ago show light-skinned genes in Europeans evolved much more recently than previously thought. See, I'm going to give you methodology. I'm going to show you how white skin came into Europe and what people brought it into Europe, which, according to the step hypothesis, those people replace majority of the males. So that would mean Europe is predominantly another race that's not Japhet. And according to anthropology, and according to the source I provided earlier, it would be the Edomites. Moving on. Oh, the source for that 7,000-year-old human bone suggests new date for light-skinned gene by Tia Ghost. Live Science is where you can find an article, and it was published January the 26th, 2017. So, according to science, the ancient Japhites, or the first Europeans, if you will, would have to have black skin and blue eyes, and we see that trait within the Melanesians. We don't see that in modern white Caucasian or Indo-European people. This is who we see it in. And here we go again, more genomic data. Ancient Japhites were not Caucasian. So who are they? That's what I'm leading up to. That's the whole point of this debate. I'm saying that the white man comes from Esau, a people that came from the Middle East that carried that white skin gene and brought it and proliferated Europe. Black Jesus Minister has to answer these things in this round. So the ancient Japhites were not Caucasian. It says the finding implies that for most of their evolutionary history, Europeans were not what many people today would call Caucasian, said Guido Barbuhani, president of the Association of Genetic in Italy. And the source is 7,000-year-old human bone suggests new date for light-skinned gene, the same source I said on the prior slide. Hey, how am I doing on time, Jeremiah?
You're at 8:50 right now, 8 minutes and 50 seconds.
All right. So again, I'm bringing out how the original Japhites look because my opponent believes that the Japhites are the modern white man that we see today in Europe, which is not true. Here's a Minoan depiction at the ring island of Thera, right? A flotilla fresco. You can see it to the right. Majority of these men that are depicted here are dark-skinned people. There's not a white man in this depiction. And this is the earliest depiction we see in Greece. The earliest depiction we see in Greece. So what happened? Where did these people go? Who replaced them? We're dealing with population replacement when we're looking at ancient Europe. The Japhites did not stay in that land. Again, my opponent gonna have to show this, man. He gonna have to show and prove. Like you have to source up or shut up. You can see on my screen that I provide sources. I got the fresco right there. You can see where I got this from. Right? So moving on. So Cheddar Man is indicative of Japhet. They found that Stone Age of Britain had dark hair with small probability that it was curlier than average. Blue eyes and skin that was probably dark brown or black in tone. This combination might appear striking to us today, but it was common appearance in Western Europe during this period. So again, my opponent is going to have to explain this. Don't let them get away from this. The Japhites would have been dark-skinned. They are no longer there. They were replaced by a different race or a different breed of men, according to genetics. In the article, is Cheddar Man DNA shows early Britain had dark skin. That was from BBC article published February the 7th, 2018. Now I want to deal with the founder effect because a lot of the arguments against Esau is how can black people create white people? How can they create a whole population?
I'm just letting you know.
I'm in 11 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
How can black people create white people? Well, through the founder effect, when you study genetics, a lot of you Negroes, you don't have understanding of genetics. Through the founder effect is the reduction in genetic variation that results in a small subset of large population is used to establish a new colony. The new population may be very different from the original population. So we got white people come from black people. And if you study genetics, you'll see that all races of men were dark skinned first, and then the light skin variant came more recently from those dark nations, right? So the new population may be very different from the original population. So Esau can come from a black parent group, and his progeny can look completely different and have different genotypes and different phenotypes. So yes, a white man can come from a black family. You need to learn genetics. My opponent needs to learn genetics. In some cases, the founder effect plays a role in the emergence of new species. And the source for that is Genetics Glossary, Founder Effect, genome.gov is where you can find that. And Charles N. Rodney, the PhD, is the one who did the article. So y'all got to stop saying, oh, how they became white, how they came. This is how they did it. This is how it came into fruition. The founder effect is a phenomenon in the work what we do that refers to the migration of a small group of people from a larger population to go settle in another environment. So Esau came from a small group in the Levant and settled into another environment, which was in Europe, from the steppes into Europe, and carried that white gene. That's why we read earlier that the Edomites came and populated Italy with their descendants and their progeny. And they took over, according to the genetics, this group that came from the Middle East through the steppes and spread east and west, came into Europe and removed the original people. So he cannot sit here and tell you that Japhet is the modern white man. Esau is the modern white man. He came from the Near East. His genetics come from the Near East. We can follow the genomic data and prove that. I'm not going to sit here and thump the Bible with you all day. I'm going to deal with genomic data, empirical evidence. It says, and because of that carrying the subset, they actually reduce the amount of genetic variation that exists within the new population. So the new population will have a reduced variability. They won't be able to express that dark skin anymore. And their population, their future populations would all be quote unquote white skin or light skin. And that's exactly what we see in history. We see a dark nation being taken over and replaced by another nation coming from the Middle East and going into Europe. Now this race that came from the Middle East was dominated by Haplogroup E. For all you people saying, how does white people come from black people? Well, newsflash, Haplogroup E dominated the Levant during this period, the Neolithic and Epipaleolithic period, which is about 12,000 years BP, according to the secular scientists. And during this period, you had the Neolithic Revolution, where you had farmers coming from the Middle East and spreading agriculture into Europe. And then subsequently, the people from the steppes took over and carried those genes and took over and replaced the people from Europe. And the source and the final contrast with both earlier Neolithic and Epipaleolithic Levantine populations, which were dominated by Haplogroup E. So yes, white people can come from a black people, because Haplogroup E we know is a macro haplogroup that consists of nothing but black people, and that group went into Europe through the Natufians. So the Natufians is a population without Neanderthal admixture, basal to other Eurasians, may have plausibly lived in Africa. Craniometric analysis has suggested an affinity between the Natufians and the population of North or Sub-Saharan Africans, a result that finds some support from the Y chromosome analysis, which shows that the Natufians and successor Levantine Neolithic populations carried Haplogroup E. So again, this is the same group Esau came from, because Esau comes from the Levant. These people come from the Levant and spread into Europe. So my opponent is going to have to refute this. Scholastic bully, man. That's my time.
That's your time. Listen. Jashub is who they talk about when you want to talk about. Understand that, man. I already knew it. I already knew this was going to be good, man. I knew it was going to be good and informative for those that don't know, man. Right? So we taking this thing to another level, man, with the scholarship, man. That's what we doing here in the Lions Den, man. So I'm very excited to hear Black Jesus first round, man. Black Jesus, are you ready?
Just about. Give me a second. Just about. Pulling up my screen. All right, my dear brother. Let me know when you see my screen, bro. Share screen. All righty. Stop share. Share my screen.
All right, there you go.
Hold on. All right, you see what I'm looking at, bro?
Yeah.
All right, let me know when I can start, bro.
All right, man. Restarting time now. Time starts.
All right. Brothers and sisters, your boy Black Jesus Minister is here on the debate topic.
Floor is yours. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, what did you just say a second ago?
I just said we couldn't hear you, but go ahead. You hadn't started yet.
Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Brothers and sisters, the topic titled tonight is Esau the white man? Is Esau the white man? The topic is not titled, is Esau Japhet? The title is Esau the white man, brothers and sisters? Brothers and sisters. Now, Brother Black Jesus Minister is about to blow the hell out of what Jashub, Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub just laid out for you guys. And to those of you who really ain't got a brain, don't have brains to understand, ain't no one man gonna turn the racial color of a whole continent of people that existed before he did, which is Esau. Ain't no way in hell one man, okay? And even a small race of people who began around 1500 AD. 1500 AD, Abraham was born or lived around the time of 1900 BC. All right, and Esau came around about 1700 or 1500 BC, brothers and sisters. And if you actually think that in the 15 or 1700s when Esau came on the scene, and then the Edomites continued to develop as a people in Edom, and then because of war, they lost and went to southern Judea, and became known as the Idumeans or Idumea people, and there they resided and never left that place, brothers and sisters. And even if there was some who did leave that place, do you actually think at around 1700 BC or 1500 BC that some Edomites or Idumeans, where they were called at the very end of their identity, when they were kicked out of Edom, their land, taken over, brothers and sisters, do you actually think that a number of people left southern Judea and went into Europe, which was occupied by millions of people, millions of European Japhetic people, descendants of Japhet, and then they went up in there and with that handful of people from one small country, and turned the entire country into white people, displaced all of them, millions upon millions of people? Do you really believe that? That is absolute asinine, brothers and sisters. Absolute buffoonery, brothers and sisters. Now, I'm going to prove to you that it's buffoonery, and I'm going to blow all the stuff that he talked about just a minute ago out of the water. Now, there are three races of people that the scientists have proclaimed. Three races, and those three races are Negroid, which is black, Mongoloid, which is Arab and Asian, and Caucasoid. These are the three races of humanity, brothers and sisters, according to science, that lines up exactly with the sons of Noah, his three sons. You have three races of humanity, and you have three sons from those three races that from the three races of the three sons of the races came from. Ham name means dark skin or black. That is the Negroid race. And believe me, the anthropologists and the scientists did not consult the Bible when they came up with these three races that coincided with the Bible, because the Bible is true. Whenever you examine anything that exists in nature, in science, in the sciences, and in the universe, it's going to line up with the word of God, because God's word is true, brothers and sisters. So again, Ham, his name means black. That's what the Negroid race come from. Science, Jashub. And then the Mongoloid race, where Shem came from. Shem is the father of the Mongoloids, the Arabs and the Asians. And they lived, and then the third son was Japhet. Japhet, and his name means fair skin. And let me mention Shem's name again. His name means brown skin or olive color. That's the Asians, and that's the Arabs. And then Japhet's name means fair skin, fair skin. And what do those fair skinned people look like? What do those original European fair skinned people look like? They are the Greeks and they are the Romans. Greeks and Romans do not have blonde hair and blue eyes, but Brother Black Jesus Minister is going to explain the Northern European people with the blonde hair and blue eyes. And Japhet is that natural Greek and that natural Italians who tend to have a slight tan, and they have dark hair and they tend to have dark eyes, but they are completely distinguishable from Hamite Africans, distinguishable from Arab Asians, because they are the fairest of all the human race at that time, at the time of Noah, who descended from Japhet, which means fair skin. Now, how is Brother Black Jesus Minister going to blow Jashub out the goddamn water and trying to make you guys swallow this garbage talking about the millions upon millions of the descendants of Japhet around the time 15 or 1700 BC when Esau was born? Now, Esau had to develop into a nation, and that took almost 1,000 years. So we can say comfortably 1,000 years later is when the Edomites was an empire after his birth. Did they turn Europe white then? No, they were in the land of Edom. They were in their land. They weren't in Europe. And then when they got kicked out, they never went to Europe, brothers and sisters. They went to southern Israel in Judea. They claimed the territory south of Judea, brothers and sisters. Now, and there they stayed, and there they went extinct, or they amalgamated into the people that existed throughout time, even till now. So again, how is Brother Black Jesus Minister going to destroy Jashub, telling you guys to swallow the garbage that Esau and his descendants are the white man, and that they turned white because of Esau? One, Esau going into Europe, millions upon millions of Europeans, and turning all the Europeans white. That is asinine. That's crazy. That is mathematically impossible, sir. Where did the Japhites, the descendants of Japhet, who are the original Europeans, where did they get their lighter skin, even though they began being fair skinned? It's because the Japhites and the Shemites, but we're talking about the Japhites, the Europeans, and also including the Asians and the Arabs. If you guys, I didn't get a chance to pull that video up, but some of you guys know what I'm talking about. That it was the Japhites, when they got into Europe, they encountered an ancient people older than them that lived in Europe. And what were they? And who were these people? They were a species of they were a species of humanoids called Neanderthals. And these Japhites, when they went into Europe, guess what these Gentile, heathen, not knowing God, beast-like people did when they went into Europe? They intermarried with Neanderthals. Jeremiah, can you see my screen and see this picture of the Neanderthals, bro?
Yes, sir.
Do y'all see these Neanderthals? These are white people. Look at these white-skinned Neanderthals. This is who the Japhites intermarried with. Here go
1 minute remaining.
How much?
Salakia, you got 6 minutes. My bad.
Thank you very much, bro. Appreciate that. Y'all see these Neanderthals? They almost look exactly like white people. White people know that they are descendants of Neanderthals. They know that they intermix with Neanderthals. And when they intermix with these white Neanderthals, well before they intermixed with these Neanderthals, immediately when they went into Europe, at Genesis 10, when they were divided by the Table of Nations. You guys go look up the Table of Nations map, and you will see that Japhet's land was Europe. That's where they went when they were divided up. And Ham's land was Africa. That's where they went when they were divided up. And Shem and the Arabs and the Asians went into Arabia and Asia. And it was the Shemites and the Japhites, according to the scientists and DNA, who intermarried with Neanderthals who lived in Europe and Asia. Europe and Asia, brothers and sisters. So now we see where the Japhites, if they had any color, such as the Southern Europeans versus the Northern Europeans tend to be that blonde, that very pale, blonde hair, blue eye, the English, the Scottish, the Swedish, all those very, very pale, blonde people. And I will explain that. But now we understand where the Japhites, if they had any color, which they started off being fair-skinned, like the Greeks and the Romans, they became lighter, just like their mothers and fathers, these Neanderthals, who was close to their nature and character by being heathens, not knowing God, living in caves. The Europeans lived in caves, the Neanderthal lives in caves. Their culture was very similar, and they intermarried. And to this day, scientists have verified Neanderthal DNA among Europeans, among Asians, and the only people on the earth who have no Neanderthal DNA are pure Africans. If you are a pure Hamite, you have zero DNA in your bloodstream, brothers and sisters. Why? Because the Hamites were the original people of God and knew better than to sit up here and lay up with some animal, smelly ass cave beast. But Japhet and Shem, those two heathens didn't have enough goddamn sense not to sit up there and lay up with and have babies with Neanderthals, brothers and sisters. So now we know where the white skin come from. It's from Japhet, the lighter skin, the Japhet intermarrying with Neanderthals. Not no Esau in 17 or 18 or 1500 BC. 17 or 1500 BC. Now let's further prove that Jashub's quackery is indeed a bunch of quackery, brothers and sisters. Let me pull this up real quick. See if I pulled that up. Where is it? All right, brothers and sisters. Now look here. This is on my my YouTube, my Facebook page. You guys can look at all the evidence at my Facebook page, George Blanche. Y'all see my name right here, George Blanche. Almost all the information I'm bringing to you is on my Facebook page timeline. You guys can review this and the scholarly links. And when you read, I said there's a map of Esau here. All right. And in the description, it says Esau Edom is not white race. Stop the madness. White European Greeks existed at least 3000 BC. Do y'all see that? 3000 BC. And during that time, and even before that time, going all the way back to what? Japhet, they were intermarrying with what type of white people? Neanderthals. Not no fake lie of white Esau, who is actually red. And then when is Esau born? Esau Edom did not exist until 1300 BC. The Esau Edomite Empire, brothers and sisters, look at that. 1300 BC. The Esau Edomite Empire did not exist until 1300 BC, but the Europeans and the Greeks, who are one of the oldest Europeans, existed at 3000 BC. Okay? So these white Europeans were already white because they intermarried with Neanderthals. All right? And the link right here, brothers and sisters, y'all can see the link. It's Wikipedia. Let me click that link so y'all can see it. And you can go to it. There you go, the Greeks. And also you can go to Esau or Edom. You can go to Greeks and Esau in Wikipedia, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me cut that off. And how much time I got, man?
You got 1 minute.
All right.
You got 25 seconds.
All right. Well, brothers and sisters, we're not gonna fall for the okie doke. Now we understand that the Japhites became lighter than what they were as fair-skinned people by intermarrying with Neanderthals. Not no damn Esau sometime after the 1300 BC. Get out of here. Let's go.
All right, family.
Can I be heard?
Yeah.
Man, y'all sure what they talk about when it comes time to talk. This dude just came with nothing but pseudoscience and a bunch of BS. Now, first, can y'all see my stream? I want to make sure y'all can see my stream, man, because that was horrible and deplorable. So look at my stream. The brother said, "Oh, 3 races line up with the Bible." No, it don't.
Your screen ain't up yet, bro.
It ain't up. Oh man,
Nah,
stop my time. Stop my time.
You stop.
Oh, we ain't doing like for real. Like he got to see this. He got to get this work, bro. He got to get this work. Somebody got to educate Black Jesus, man. Let's go, bro. Let's go, man.
You gotta reshare your screen, bro.
I gotta hold on.
Yeah, because I had to put his screen up there, so that knocked yours off.
Hey, pardon me. I'm new to this, man. I'm new to stream, yo.
No worries, All
right, can you see my stream?
Yeah.
All right, start, man. Hit that clock, man.
Go ahead, I got you.
So the brother said 3 races lines up with the Bible. Where's he getting that from? Ask him for a source. So the judges, can he source that last round? I mean the whole round. He got to source the whole thing. Where is he getting this? I only heard one, Wikipedia. Get the hell out of here, man. You're not in my league. Now, he said it was 3 races. What he's talking about is an old teaching that's not being used anymore. No one uses that in the scientific community. Negroid, Caucasoid, Mongoloid. That's 1800, 1900 stuff. Bro, update your scholarship, bro. Stop mimicking and repeating stuff. Right here on the screen, you can see Blumenbach taught 5 races, not 3. Caucasian, Mongolian, Malayan, Ethiopian, which is African, and American. So that's debunked. That's thrown in the trash. Let's keep debunking him. He said the Japhites got their white skin from Neanderthals. Does this brother read? Does this brother understand? In that region, Neanderthals may have had darker skins, explaining why a species did not gain a pale skin after inbreeding with them. So your whole round is done. Your whole round was about Neanderthal and the admixture from them creating the pale skin. One article kills your whole round because you didn't source up. You didn't bring no dang empirical data. I've been doing this, bruh. Genesis49ers, we say no to vague interpretations and give thorough breakdowns. So again, Neanderthals are not responsible for pale skin. The Neanderthals themselves had dark skin. What is this brother talking about? It says, indeed, a study earlier this year of ancient DNA suggested that Neanderthals living in what is now Croatia had dark skin and brown hair. And if anybody know about the Neanderthals, according to secular scientists, they died off 30,000 years ago. White skin didn't come into fruition and bloom until about 3,000, 4,000 years ago during the Bronze Age period. So this brother is off. I debunk him with one. His whole round is debunked with one article. This is light work, man. Come on, man. Next round. Who I'm debating next, Don? All right, Don. I'm going to see you next round. So anyway, again, where does white skin come from? A lot of y'all say, how can black people create white people? Black people carry the gene for white skin. That's where it come from. So it says the region with the strongest association wasn't around the SLC24A5 gene, one variant of which is known to play a role in the light skin color in Europeans and some Southern Asian populations. He mentioned both of those. Again, you got to go back to the Middle East. What population came from the Middle East and spread this throughout the world? I'm purporting the Edomites. The anthropology is saying Edomites. This brother talking about Neanderthals. Neanderthals had dark skin. What is he talking about? This variant was common in populations in Ethiopia and Tanzania that were known to have ancestry from Southeast Asia and the Middle East. That's where this white skin is coming from. suggesting it was carried into Africa from those regions and based on its frequency may have been possibly selected. Source, genes responsible for diversity of human skin colors identified. You don't see them talking about Neanderthals. You need to update your scholarship. You can get that on Science Daily, and that was published by University of Pennsylvania, October 12, 2017. Now, the other thing the brother kept saying is 1500, 1200 BCE. First of all, we got evidence that Esau was around and ruling in 1900 BCE, and that's in that picture I showed you guys earlier, that fresco it had nothing but black people in Greece. That was 1500 BCE. So the admixture did not happen. You're conflating secular dates with biblical dates and biblical history, right? Because you're thinking, oh, well, this existed before that. Well, white skin did not bloom in Europe until about the Bronze Age period, and that's when we see Edomite flourishing and populating and dispersing across Europe. Let's get into it. Ain't gonna be too long-winded. Middle Eastern origin. 2 mutations responsible for light skin. I brought this out. Both seem to have been rare in the Mesolithic, but present in large majority by the Bronze Age. That's when you start seeing white skin black Jesus minister, not by no Neanderthal that lived 30,000 years ago. What is this brother talking about? One might speculate that the mutation arose in the Middle East. Why? Because as both areas received a significant influx of Middle Eastern farmers during this time, one might speculate that the mutation arose in the Middle East, not from no Neanderthals, black Jesus minister. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this, man. Let's deal with white historicity. We dealt with genetics, we dealt with science. Let's deal with the anthropology and the historical records, man. Where do white people come from? It says it seems that the Syrians extended not only from Babylonia to the Gulf of Essus, but also ancient times from the Gulf of Euxine. At any rate, both tribes of the Cappadocians, both those near the Taurus and those near Pontus, have to the present time been called white Syrians. So we see white skin, and these white Syrians are associated with the Hurrians, aka the Hittites, on whom Esau mixed with, i.e., the Horites of the biblical account. And that's from Strabo in his geography. You can see the source on the bottom, so all the judges can see that. I'm actually sourcing my material. This brother is not. So the people of Temen, let's deal with the people of Temen. Temen is a son of Esau, and a clan came from that. And it said this expansion of the Macedonians was associated by Herodotus. So these are real historians. I'm giving you real sources, real historians, real anthropology. This brother is giving you preacher's logic. He ain't give you anything, no sources. He just throwing stuff out there and hoping it stick. Thucydides, another historian, they compared these people, the expansion of the Macedons, with a royal house. The royal house is the Temenidae of Argos in the Peloponnese. Thus, the Temenidae of Macedon, as in the oracle we had just cited, were a branch of the Temenidae, a royal house of Argos. And the source for that is Cambridge Ancient History by N.G.L. Hammond, page number 282. So the Temenites, because Ide, the Greek suffix Ide means offspring of. So Temenidae means the offspring of Temen. These Macedonians went into Thrace, went into Greece, and populated and ruled and conquered. We already know one famous Macedonian. His name is Alexander the Great, and his people took over the whole known world during that time, during the 3rd century BCE. So, man, what are we doing here, man? I feel like I'm in the next round already. We're done it. Give me done, man. Teman and Omar. Temen was the name of an Edomite clan and of its eponym according to the Bible. Omar is the progeny of Esau. And you can go to Genesis 36 to verify those two people. Again, more the land of Temen. And again, Ide is a land suffix denoting offspring. So these are the people of Temen, which are Edomites, which gives them a connection to Macedon. That's why when you go to the biblical records and to the Jewish records, the Midrashim, they connect Haman of the family of Agag, which is an Edomite, to the Macedonians. There's a source right there on the screen. The legend of the Jews. Why? Because the Macedonians descend from Temen. Temen is an Edomite. He came into Greece, which they came from the Middle East, and that connects them to that gene that spread white skin in Europe, because Europe was a dark-skinned nation before the Middle Easterners came. Let's go, man. Look, Haman the Macedonian. For Haman a Macedonian, the son of Amathatha, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood. So again, Haman, which is an Edomite, an Agagite, being compared to the Macedonians, we read that the Macedonians come from the royal house of Temen, which are Edomites. So how did these Temenites or Temenidae people look? Let's just go straight to Alexander the Great. It says he had a pale complexion, they say, and his skin used to take on a ruddy tinge. So he was pale and ruddy. Esau is pale and ruddy. His progeny is pale and ruddy. That's why they're called Edom. Edom means red, ruddy. So again, we got even more Edom connections with white Caucasians, with the land of Uz. When you go to Lamentations 4:21, the land of Uz is connected to Esau. Now, this brother said, oh, they never moved, they never migrated. But this proves they did, because Lamentations 4:21 said they dwell in the land of Uz. And according to the Targum, it refers to the land of Uz as Armenia. So you got Edomites in Armenia. Let's move on, man. This is just, I'm in the second round already, man. What's up, Don? Historian Candace. The author Candace was a native of Isauria, as he himself tells us, and by profession clerk to certain influential Isaurians. He maintains that the name Isauria is derived from Esau. Where is Isauria? In Armenia. These are white Caucasian people tracing their lineage back to Esau. This brother thought I was going to play games. Here's another Isaurian. Zeno the Edomite, which was an emperor of Rome. He was referred to by the high priest Nathaniel as Zayat, the king of Edom. His round, he got to refute this, man. You got to answer this. You got to answer why these Isaurians, the historian of the Isaurians is tracing their lineage and their bloodline and their pedigree back to Esau. You got to explain why was Zeno, the emperor of Rome, referred to as Zayat, the king of Edom, the Isaurian, right? You got to explain these things. And the source for that is the history of the Byzantine Jews, a microcosmos in 1,000-year empire. Eli Cohen being the author, page number 25. So you got a lot on your plate, man. You got to answer the Neanderthal thing. You got to answer why Alexander descends from Temen, why the Temenites relate to the Macedonians, how the Macedonians relate to the Agagites. It's full circle, bro. I'm already in the second round, man. What am I doing here? Look, here we go again. White skin in Europe bloomed in the Bronze Age. It says right here, focusing on 4 well-studied polymorphisms, we find that 2 single nucleotide polymorphisms associated with light skin pigmentation in Europeans exhibit a rapid increase in allele frequency. The frequency of derived allele increases from a low fixation with a period of approximately 3,000 years between the Mesolithic and the Bronze Age in Europe. So that's when you start seeing more white people on the earth as in the Bronze Age, not 30,000 years ago with Neanderthals, period. And we see that correlating with the people known as Edomites. What's my time, brother? What's my time? Real quick.
I got you. You got 3 minutes.
3 minutes. So again, we got Esau already being a clan, being called the Shashu Wanderers. I didn't say the source for that, but y'all can see it on the bottom, man. If I don't say the source is always going to be on the bottom of the page for the judges watching. Population Genomics of Bronze Age Eurasia, Nature, June 2015. So let's deal with the Eritrea. The Eritrea just means red people. What does Edom mean? Red people. So Eritrea says one of the 12 cities of Ionian League on the coast opposite the land of Chios, allegedly founded by a party from Crete. Eritrea enjoyed free and immune status under Alexander the Great and the Seleucids. I wonder why. Because Alexander the Great descends from Temen. He's an Edomite. The Eritreans are Edomites because it's the same word and they come from the same region around the Red Sea. The Oxford Classical Dictionary is the source there. Now, let's deal with the Edomite dispersals, because the brother said Esau just stayed in one area of the earth and did not move, did not do none of that. We're going to show that there are migratory people. It says the Phoenicians therefore came from the Red Sea in the days of the land of their brother Pharonius, king of Argos, and made them fly every way in the Red Sea, some into Egypt with their young king, and others to the Philistines, their next neighbors and the enemies of David. And this flight gave the Philistines to call many places Erythra, which means red, in the memory of their being Erythrians or Edomites. And they're coming from the Erythraean Sea. The Erythra was the name of the city in Ionia, of another in Libya, and another in Locris, and you can see all the cities down there. They spread out, man. The Edomites spread out. They were a maritime people, and they went through Europe, and they populated them, man. I started my first round off, my second slide, showing you that the Edomites came and peopled Italy and displaced those people and brought in that white gene. What's my time now?
You got 1 minute.
All right, so again, we got nomenclature proving that these Edomites are the ones who replaced the Europeans in the Bronze Age. It says in Thrace, there settled the people who are circumcised and called Odomantes. That is, as some think, Edomites. Edom, Erythrea, and Phoenicia are names of the same signification, the words denoting a red color. And the source for that is the collected works of Sir Isaac Newton. Page number 1354, 1355 is where you can find that. And I mean, that's the end of my round, man. I basically chopped whatever he said up about Neanderthals. Man, it's over, man. Scholastic bully. 2-0.
Yo! Black Jesus Minister, you there?
Yes, I am, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, then. Well, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen, and then you can let me know when the time starts, bro.
All right. All right. Let me know when you shared it.
I'm gonna pull it up. All right. Can you see that, brother? Can you see my screen, brother?
No, sir.
All right. What's going on? I thought I'd share it. Okay, I can.
Hey, Jashub, stop sharing your screen.
Oh, shit. How I do that?
You just hit the shit say stop sharing.
Okay,
I see yours, Black Jesus. All right.
All right.
I got it.
Well, let me know when it's time to go, bro.
All right. The time starts now.
Brothers and sisters, the title of tonight's debate is Esau the white man. Is Esau the white man? Or, brothers and sisters, the truth that Brother Black Jesus Minister is going to bring, in addition to Japhet and the Japhet, which name means fair skin, or the original Romans and the original Greeks who were fair-skinned people, and intermarried with Neanderthals and became lighter skinned, intermarrying with Neanderthals, because Neanderthals were cave beasts and the Europeans were cave beasts, and they had that in common, brothers and sisters. And the fact that Brother Black Jesus Minister is going to destroy this entire debate with is that the ultimate white person, the Northern European, who is also an admixture with the original Southern European, the original complete white man is not Esau, brothers and sisters, and Jashub, Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub. It is Gehazi. Gehazi is the white race, my Israelite brothers and sisters. And when I get through proving this, you make sure that all of your Israelite teachers apologize to every last one of y'all, whatever camp you belong to, and you tell your leaders to come to Black Jesus Minister, Bishop Black Jesus Minister, because I am the #1 Israelite teacher on the planet, brothers and sisters. And I will bring the truth, brothers and sisters. Now, let's prove that Gehazi is the white man and it's the white race. Before we go there, let's take Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub, Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub to Sesame Street real quick, brothers and sisters. Can you see my screen, Jeremiah? Jeremiah, can you see my screen? Jeremiah, am I still here? Can I be heard by anybody?
My bad, bro. Yeah, I can see your screen, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, brother. Give me some time waiting on you, brother. Give me some more extra time waiting on your response, okay?
All right, go ahead.
Thank you, brother. Let's take Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub to Sesame Street, y'all. Now look at this. Sesame Street asks. Yes, indeed. Sesame Street asks. Sesame Street asks, which one of these things, brother Jashub, you got 1 minute to answer this question when I ask you, sir, as we agree, which one of these things are not like the other? Please, brother.
This isn't a question and answer round.
Brother, bro, will you please be quiet, bro? Maybe you forgot. I'll get Jeremiah to remind you, bro. I said that we can ask questions during the round, and you got 1 minute to answer, bro, and you said yes. All right? That's in addition to our question round, brother. Now, it says, please, brother.
Y'all just throwing shit in there. All right, go ahead.
Please,
come on, man.
Do Jashub, stop the shameful madness. And to all my Israelite brothers and sisters, brother Black Jesus Minister.
I deal with scholarship. This is not scholarship.
Brother, you are interrupting me, brother.
You asked me a question, I'm answering.
Brother, I haven't asked you a question yet, brother. Let me finish talking, bro.
You just asked me a question.
Oh, God damn. Can you mute your mic, man? Try to ask you a question, bro. Now, Jeremiah, add me some more seconds on there, bro, for this man tripping like this, bro. Please. All
right, go ahead, brother.
Please, Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub. Stop the shameful madness, brother. Red Esau is not the white race. Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub. Now, Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub, and all you Scooby-Doo Israelites who have been scoobied and flim-flammed by ignorant hood rat convict leaders, okay, with your convict religion and convict doctrine. This madness got to stop. Brother Black Jesus Minister is here to elevate our people from the street of hood rat convict mentality and this hood rat bastardized religion. We're gonna bring the truth to y'all, Brother Black Jesus Minister and Black Jesus Ministry. Brother Jashub, Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub. Look at that white man on the right-hand side, Jashub. Now, which one of these eggs look like that white man? Is it the red egg, Jashub, or is it the white egg, Jashub? One minute.
Red and white. He got a red tinge. He got a ruddy tinge, just like Alexander the Great.
God damn! Did I ask this man a geometry question or
I answered your question.
This question, I'm gonna ask one more time, bro. I said, which one of these eggs, the red egg or the white egg, looks like the white man on the right hand, the far right hand side, sir? Which one looks like that man?
You either telling me I can choose both, red and white.
All right, thank you, brothers and sisters. Now we see how willing Jashub, Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub, will tell a goddamn lie when his truth is in the corner. He would rather lie to you, brothers and sisters. This kind of man is dangerous. Instead of telling you the truth, to hold on to his pride. This is why God said that pride is so dangerous that brothers and sisters will sacrifice your very life and kill you and refuse to tell you the truth because of their pride, brothers and sisters. This is how dangerous Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub is, and you Scooby-Dooby-Doo Israelites. When I get through laying this truth out, if you continue to teach this lie and not apologize to your people and come up under the leadership of Black Jesus Minister, shame on you. And I'm talking to all the top camps. I'm talking to ISUBK, GMS, IOC, IOA, all you alphabet Israelites. Every last one of y'all leader need to come follow Bishop Black Jesus Minister. And if they don't come follow me, if you got enough goddamn sense and you ain't retarded like they are and that they made you to be, then you leave that retarded organization and you come follow Black Jesus Minister and subscribe to Black Jesus Radio. Now, let's keep this thing moving. We took my man to Sesame Street, and we made him tell one lie. That was lie number one. Now let's look at lie number two. Let's look at lie number two coming from Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub, brothers and sisters. We all just heard Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub say that the Neanderthals, can you see my screen, Jeremiah?
Yes, sir.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub just lied to everybody on here and said that the Neanderthals were black. Brothers and sisters, look at this. Do y'all see any black Neanderthals? I don't see none. They all white. Look at these white Neanderthals. That's lie number 2 we caught you in, Jashub. Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub. Liar. Now let's catch Jashub in lie number 3, brothers and sisters. Let's catch this liar in lie number 3. This clown just sit up here and lied to y'all because he thinks he's slick and said that Esau was born around 1900 BC. Can you see my screen, Jeremiah?
Yes, sir.
What does it say right here on my screen, Jeremiah? What time frame was Abraham born? What do you see on the screen, Jeremiah?
1996
to 1821. Okay? And this clown sit up here and just lied to y'all. And those of you who don't know no better and didn't have Black Jesus Minister on the scene to expose this goddamn charlatan as the liar that he is, and gonna sit up here and lie and say that the Edomites existed in 1900 BC and Abraham was born at that time. Esau didn't even exist. Edom didn't even exist as a nation of people. As I just showed you guys earlier, that the nation of Esau began around 1300 BC. 1300 BC. So Esau had to be born probably about 1500 or 1600 BC. Not no 1900 BC like he just lied to y'all. That's lie number 3. Now let's go to lie number 4. You just a big fat liar, Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub. Your lying ass. Now look here, brothers and sisters. Now we call Jashub in lie number 4. He just got through lying to every last one of y'all, talking about the Neanderthals existed 30,000 years ago. They didn't intermix with the humans. You are a goddamn liar, Jashub. And you know that this information, you know that humans today have Neanderthal DNA, you goddamn liar. I can't stand liars, sir. Just like God can't stand liars, you liar. You hear me, boy? Now, brothers and sisters, y'all look, can you see my screen, Jeremiah? Can you see my screen, Jeremiah?
Hey, Black Jesus, stay focused on your debate, man. Don't address him, man. Please, sir.
Brother, I'm talking to you, bro. Do you see my screen? I'm switching screen to screen. I want to make sure you see it.
Yeah, I see your screen, brother. I see your screen. Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I see it.
And you guys can go to YouTube or anywhere on Google and type in Neanderthal DNA in humans today. And you will see videos, you will see articles from scientists all over the world verifying that Neanderthal DNA is in humans today and most prevalent among Europeans and Asians. So, Joshua, we caught you in 4 lies. You were just a big fat liar, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Joshua. You will do any goddamn thing, sir, to try to prove your lying ass point. Because you are a liar, bro. And that little janky PowerPoint presentation that you copy and pasted, we cannot trust what you copy and paste because I'm sure you probably put some damn lies up in there and switch some words around, bro. Get the hell up out of here, bro. There are people who got opinions about every goddamn thing. But just because people got opinions and you're posting a source, that don't make it true, sir. But your credibility has been shot. You have 0 credibility. You lost this debate already, sir. I just exposed you in 4 lies, you nigga. You lying ass nigga. And I'm sorry I'm saying that like that, but I don't like liars, bro. I don't like it, man.
Yeah, man. Come on, bro. Let's keep it clean, bro.
I apologize, bro. Now that we've exposed Scooby-Dooby-Doo Jashub in 4 lies, brothers and sisters, let's go to the scripture. We've been heavy in science now, but let's go to the word of God that me and this brother say that we believe. Now, brother Jeremiah, how much time do I have?
You got 3 minutes.
Thank you very much. Brothers and sisters, I want y'all's attention. Can you see my screen, bro?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, brother. Brothers and sisters, look at Genesis 25 and 25 and Genesis 25 and 30. Look at Genesis 25, 25, 25, and 30. And Brother Black Jesus Minister finna drop another bomb on all of y'all. Look at Genesis 25 and 25, talking about the story of Esau. And look at what it says. And look very closely, brothers and sisters. And the first came out red. Who was the first? Esau is the twin to Jacob. All right. And what does it say? He was the firstborn. And the first came out red. Y'all see red right there? And red. What does it say? He was the firstborn. Somebody mute their mic. I'm hearing feedback. Somebody mute their mic. Red. Y'all see that right there? Mute the mic. That's right. Thank you, Brother Jashub.
I did it. I got it. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. And the first came out red. Y'all see red? Now, what kind of red did it come out? It said all over like a hairy garment. Y'all see that? Like a hairy garment. Now, the question is the red talking about Esau's skin? Hell no, brothers and sisters. The red ain't talking about his skin. The red is talking about his hair. And the first came out red all over like. Y'all see like? You see the word like? Like what? Red like what? Like a hairy garment, brothers and sisters. A hairy garment. So his hair was red, brothers and sisters. Not his skin. No. And they called his name Esau. Now let's back that up. Let's back that thing up at Genesis 25 and 25, at Genesis 25 and 30. Let's back it up. Was Esau named after his red skin or red hair? Was Esau named after his so-called red skin or red hair? Hell no, brothers and sisters. The bomb is Genesis 25 and 30. And what does it say at Genesis 25 and 30? And Esau said to Jacob, his older brother, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, or food, the porridge, red porridge or red pottage. Y'all see that? Now, is this red pottage talking about Esau's hair or Esau's skin? Hell no. It's talking about the food that Jacob gave Esau when he sold his birthright. And why was this red pottage significant, brothers and sisters? What does it say? Esau said, for I am faint, because he was dying and hungry. And there was his name called Edom. So his name went from Esau to Edom, which means red, meaning that the red, his name, he was given the name red in reference to, I'm sorry, okay, in reference to the red pottage that Jacob, his brother, gave him. Do y'all see that, brothers and sisters? Freeze my time for a second. My pointer just froze on me, bro. And I don't know why.
I got you.
And I might.
You only got 1 minute. You only got 1 minute left anyway.
Okay. Well. Anyway, brothers and sisters, I can't point right now. Hopefully, I can in a minute or two. But brothers and sisters, y'all see that? The same red pottage, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. His name was called Edom, which means red, not in reference to even his red hair or his so-called red skin, which may or may not have been red skin. His name meant red in reference to the red pottage that Jacob gave him. Bomb! Somebody need to blow a damn bomb for Black Jesus Ministry right now. Now, brothers and sisters, we gonna stop that damn dumbass to this. Now we understand his name is red for the red pottage, brothers and sisters. And why is that red pottage significant? Because that red pottage symbolizes what he sold his birthright for, brothers and sisters. How much time I got, bro?
That's it, bro. Thank
you very much, bro. Boy, you done, Jashub. Go sit your ass down somewhere, boy. Liar.
literally dying over here, bro. Yo, the brother brought some points out, Jashub, that I think you got to deal with, brother.
He haven't dealt with any of my points, but I just want to say this: is this comic view or is this scholarship? Like, which one we dealing with? Comedy Central, or are we dealing with scholarship? I'm bringing geneticists to the table, anthropologists to the table. This brother bringing his interpretation and Google search, a Google search engine. Bro, I won that. That's
all right,
over.
hold up. Let me get your time going, bro. Let me get.
Wait, do I got to share my screen again? Oh no.
Nah, I think I still have it. Let me see. Nah, you took it down. Yeah, share it again, bro.
Yo. All right, I got it. Yeah, man, that was like comic view, man. Some Richard Pryor stuff, bro. Ad hominem. I hope the judge is taking account every time this brother hit an ad hominem. That's how you do debates, man. You've been taking points in Google scholarship, man. All right, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Now, this brother basically said his interpretation is God. His interpretation is definitive. He went retro. Oh, it doesn't mean he's red, even though it says it's red all over. All right. Let's just go into this is why you got to cite sources. Where are your citations at, man? Anyway, you can see on my screen it says Edom phenotype. Edom phenotype is the Caucasian type. The skin is generally fair and ruddy. So this is going into those red people. The type is divided into two great branches. The Indo-Europeans, that includes the Georgians, Persians, Hindus, with other nations of Asia, and a greater portion of inhabitants of Europe, and Semitic and Syro-Arabian, including Syrians, Arabs, and modern Egyptians. And the source for that is Geography in the British Empire by William Lawson. So again, Edom's phenotype, I'm citing a source that's saying that it's fair and ruddy meaning blood or red, right? So let's deal with the ruddy division of man. Because again, Edom, red, ruddy, same thing, right? It says the ruddy or white races. So again, those are interchangeable. So when you ask me, does he look like the red egg or the white egg? That's the bifurcation fallacy, otherwise known as black and white fallacy, where you present two options as if those are the only two options. You can be red and white, and that's how they describe these people. It says the ruddy or white races. We shall see, first of all, the great Aryan family parting from its central locality in Western Asia into its Eastern or Asiatic and Western or European stem. Now we're dealing with the people of Europe. I've already showed you through Greece, through Rome, that those people were Temenites, and they connected them, according to the biblical source, Agag is a Macedonian. I actually was citing sources and actually schooling dude the last round. And again, I did not make up that Neanderthal document. You can look that Neanderthal document up, and Neanderthals were dark skinned and had nothing to do with pale skin in Europe. You still lost that. You didn't refute that. You didn't debunk that. I'm showing you that who these red and white people are, and according to the Bible, you have a ruddy race, and the ruddy race is Edomites. You can get on here and read Bible verses all day and give interpolations all day. That's not scholarship. This is scholarship. It says, since it concludes essentially all the peoples of Europe. So all the people of Europe were considered to be ruddy, red, Edom, right? That's their phenotype. So if we're looking at a biblical model and we're looking at the biblical model and say, who are the red people today? Who are these people that will be described ruddy? The people that will be described ruddy is the modern Europeans, the people that replaced the original Europeans, which I showed through genetic and genomic data in my first round that this brother never even touched on. He didn't even touch on the genomic data, man. He didn't touch on that at all. He came with that pseudoscience and got smashed. So again, we see Amorites, Syrians, and Hittites and how they're depicted on the walls in Egypt to the right. The last three to the right are white people from the Middle East. Now, this brother's saying the white people were in Europe, but we got white people in the Middle East, which I purport come from Esau. And I showed you in my second round that Alexander, a white red man, or a white man with a ruddy tinge, was from Macedon, which descend from the Temenites, which are connected to the Agagites, according to the book of Esther. Again, this is methodology. This is how I'm lining this up. My biblical model and the way I present it is lining up the genomic data and the anthropology. This brother just came in to put on a comic view show for y'all. So again, y'all can see that, and that's the prisoners of Ramesses III. And that's around the 12th century BCE. AncientOrigins.net, where you can find that reference, and you can see these white people coming from the Middle East, white Asiatics. And again, Edom were a maritime people, but I also want to touch on something else. He said, "Oh, I lied about the 19th century thing." So let me go back to that, man. Let me just go back to that real quick. Now, this brother said I lied about this. Y'all can see my screen? Y'all can see where I'm getting this from? The chief Yaush is a son of Esau. And where are we getting this information from? The Egyptian story of Sinuhe. This is an actual papyri that exists and dated to 1900 BCE. That trumps a Google search, brother. That trumps a Google search. You just went to Google, when was Abraham born? That could have came up as anything. But according to archaeology and anthropology, Esau was already reigning and already existing in 1900 BCE, according to the story of Sinuhe. And he said he mentions the mountain chieftain of Kushu named Yaush. Kushu was south of Shutu in the mountainous area, later also called Seir. And we find Yaush in the book of Genesis 36 in the 5th verse. He's mentioned in a historical record. So you can't say Esau did not exist prior to 1500 BCE when we see evidence in the story of Sinuhe 1900 BCE. That's called a refutation, brother. Learn how to do scholarship, man. Now back to the presentation. So again, Edom was a migratory people. They travel with the Ionians as the Erythraeans, because Erythraean means Edom. Edom means Erythraean. Erythraean means red. I brought that out in my second round. If y'all are paying attention, I hope the judges are looking at the sources. That comes from Herodotus. It says the Ionians then came there with their ships, man near these in the line where the Erythraeans bringing 8 ships. So the Ionians, Ionians, the initial or original people of Europe were traveling around with the Edomites. That's how they peopled the localities of Europe. So let's move on, man. So again, I'm going to use euhemerism. And if you haven't noticed, that's what I've been using as my methodology to explain this stuff, because even he's using it and don't even know it. Euhemerism is the interpretation of myths as traditional accounts of historical persons and events. So I'm employing this in scholarship to show you how these people came and replaced and peopled Europe. So let's deal with the legend of Sappho. I proved that they are maritime people. They were traveling around in ships with the Ionians, according to Herodotus, and that's how they came and peopled Europe. I brought that out the second round. In this round, it says, when this Sappho, the son of Eliphaz, traveled from Africa to Kittim, the inhabitants received him with great honor and presented him with many gifts, so they became very rich. And the troops of Africa spread themselves all over the land of Kittim. And that's from the Chronicles of Jeremiah. So we see Esau infiltrating Kittim and using euhemerism. This is showing Esau going into Kittim, which will be, it could be either Italy or Captor. Most people say Italy, and inhabiting that land and admixing and taking over eventually. So here's another Midrashim source. It says in the 1st century they were calling Germany Edom. Why wouldn't they call them Japhites? Hey, those some Japhites. You know, Germany, they full of Japhites. They wasn't calling Germany. That said the Germania of Edom, i.e. Germany, which is near the land of Edom, i.e. Rome, as if the Germans would go forth that would destroy the entire world. And that's the Megillah 6b1, the Midrashim. This is what the fake Jews were using to condemn the Hitlers. I mean, condemn Hitler and the Nazis, saying that it was fulfilling this prophecy. But the point is, this came from the 1st century AD, and they considered the people of Germany Edomites, not Japhites. And we know these are the white Caucasians, if you will, that were living in these regions that we would call the ruddy or white people, as I brought out earlier. So again, I'm dealing with ruddy because Edom means red. Again, a thick and opaque through colorless cuticle, obscuring the blood of the cutis, assists greatly in giving the deadness of hue and the phlegmatic aspect, which distinguishes some Europeans from others who, with thinner and more translucent epidermis, are marked by a florid, ruddy complexion. So when you seen the children of Esau, like I showed y'all those ruddy Asiatics, those white Asiatics, they would have been considered red because of their florid, ruddy complexion. And that's from the English Encyclopedia, Volume 8, Charles Knight, and page number 666. So we're dealing with more of the red. Who is described as red? Sulla Cornelius, the name of the patrician family. This family is originally called Rufinus, and the first member of it who obtained the name of Sulla was P. Cornelius Sulla. Mentioned below, some writers suppose that it is a word of the same signification of Rufus or Rufinus, and refers simply to the red color of hair or complexion. That's a classical dictionary of Greek and Roman biography by William Smith, page number 901. So again, these white people that are connected with Europeans, with the Edomites, because we brought out again Alexander the Temenite, connected to the Agagites, which are connected to the Macedonians. I've shown that connection. You see this Roman being described as being a red man. Esau is described as a red man. His phenotype is white and ruddy, the Caucasian type, according to the source that I gave prior. And we see these people proliferating Europe. We see them replacing the Y chromosome during the Bronze Age period, which is a wide spectrum of time. They went in, took over, and replaced these people again. Because for sure, the original people of Europe are not there anymore. The dark-skinned people are not there no more. Cheddar Man's people are not there no more. All of Europe was black at one time, and the people that were responsible came from the Near East. And I'm providing evidence that the people that came from the Near East and provided that gene comes from the Edomite stock. Another mention is the Isuvi of Normandy. Caesar mentions the Isuvi side by side with the Eliki. After assigning to various peoples of Normandy, they find the Diocese of Seas unoccupied and accordingly assign it to the Isuvi. The Isuvi, which is a metathesis of Esau, or the people of Esau, are found in Normandy. And that's from Caesar's Conquest of Gaul, T.R. Holmes, page number 424. And again, just to reiterate it, pale skin does come from the Middle East. And I'm purporting that Esau, Edom, carried that from the Middle East, that gene from the Middle East. And when he took over Europe, when he peopled Italy, when he peopled Greece, when he started, when the Macedonians spread throughout the world, the known world, during the reign of Alexander the Great, that's when we start seeing that big white boom, right? Those people carried that white boom or that white expression into those lands. Their ancestors did, right? So again, pale skin comes from the Middle East. Cheddar Man's genome reveals he was closely related to other Mesolithic individuals. Remember, we read these Mesolithic individuals, the Middle Stone Age people, were dark skinned, so-called Western hunter-gatherers who have been analyzed from Spain, Luxembourg, and Hungary. Pale skin probably arrived in Britain with a migration of people from the Middle East around 6,000 years ago. This population had pale skin and brown eyes and absorbed the populations like the ones Cheddar Man belonged to. I'm just putting a face on this population. I'm saying, according to the biblical narrative, that it's Esau. From the secular narrative, they don't put faces on it. We're bringing it out, and we're showing through comparative analysis who would fit this in the biblical model and view. That's what the judges have to understand. Who would fit this? Who would be these people coming from the Middle East, invading Europe and absorbing the population and displacing the population? And my opponent has to answer those questions. He didn't answer anything, man. He failed terribly. And the sources, Cheddar Man DNA shows early Britain had dark skin. BBC, February 7, 2018 is when that was published. What's my time? What's my time, Jeremiah?
2 minutes.
So again, more examples of red people, connecting these people with Edomites. These people came from the Middle East and spread forth and dispersed through Europe and spread forth and had colonies in Spain, had colonies in Italy, Greece, through the Macedonians, all over, right? And that's when we see the genomic data reflecting that they took over and replaced the original people and the expression of dark skin. So examples of red people naturally have a sanguine complexion. Sanguine means red. His visage now glows with a deeper red. Description of Roman Emperor Nero found in the work Solution. So these Romans, these Greeks, Alexander was explained as being ruddy, red, sanguine, having a red complexion. Esau is explained to have a red complexion. His progeny has a red complexion. So we see this phenotype. Again, I explained founder effect. The founder effect will bring those limited traits to their progeny, to their descendants. I'm not speaking over BJM's head because he doesn't speak the scientific lingo. He doesn't deal with science. He's a Google search magician. He just goes to Google and type in stuff, and whatever comes in, that's his methodology. Whatever results, that's his methodology. We're not doing that here. And that's a history of the Romans under the Empire, Volume 6, Charles Merivale, page number 195. All right. Edom, again, Esau migrated. The Phoenicians who came with Cadmus into Greece that were Arabians and Erythraeans or inhabitants of the Red Sea. That is Edomites. So we can show you Esau migrated into Greece. I showed you they came into Italy. I show you that they were the Macedonians, right? From through Temen, through Agag, and they came into Europe, replaced the original people there. It's called population replacement. We're dealing with actual genetic terms here. Population replacement, and through founder effect, those genes of white skin, which y'all call recessive genes, spread and dispersed through Europe. And that's my presentation. Scholastic.
Yo.
Bro, I don't know how to stop the share, the screen share.
That's all right, I got it. So listen, man. Last and final round. Jashub just wrapped it up. Waiting to hear for Black Jesus last round. But this is what they fighting for, family. They fighting for this. Who's gonna be the champ? That's what we want to know. Who's gonna be the new face of the league? That's what we want to know, right? So I just want to take this time out, man. Send a shout out to the two winners so far in the tournament. The Texas Rattlesnake, King Seth, and Pro Rizzo, man. The brothers did a great job. We set out, this is the third debate so far, and it's on fire, man. Want to send out all of the supporters, man. Light Magazine, Bruce Street Marketplace, right? Garments of Vengeance, right? No, FOPE, all the family, man, that support and love us, man. Maccabees TV, right? Shout out to all the family, man. This is what it's about. Big timing, man. We big timing out here. Source up or shut up, man. Right? Win or go home. Black Jesus Minister, are you ready? Black Jesus Minister, are you ready?
Yeah, I don't see him on the screen, bro.
He's not here no more, man. He went back to Google, the Google search engine.
Oh, man.
He on Google right now. Y'all got to call him.
What happened, bro? Man, what happened, man? Hopefully the brother will be right back in, man. So we waiting on
Google,
Black Jesus Minister,
Google
man.
He
was having some
hey, Jeremiah, the
he
Google
was
guys,
having some
the Google guys came down and revoked his license. You can't use Google no more, bro.
The brother was having some technical issues, man. You know, hopefully the brother can get back on. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. So let me make some announcements about some of the few of the debates that's coming up. All right. So we got Saturday night, right? Saturday night we're supposed to have Prince Yakanan and the Intercontinental Champion Jihad, but I think that might gonna be changed Sunday, and we're probably gonna end up with another double hitter on Sunday. But if not, we got Yashar and Shabar on Sunday, right? And then Monday we got Judah Nazareth and Gabriel, right? So listen, man, we on fire right now, man. We rocking and rolling. The debates are coming out. We hitting you with double hitters, right? We hitting you with powerful discussions and debates, right? Not some boring discussion, but you know, we are the people. We are a people of flavor. We are a people of color. We are a people with pizzazz. This is what we do, man, right? And these are biblical discussions, right? And so not only that, man, we step into the science realm. We deal with science. Somebody told me, Jashub, ain't no science in the Bible. Can you believe that, bro?
What? Science is all throughout the Bible, man. Where you want to start?
Right.
The Bible talk about light existing before stars. That's in science. The cosmic microwave background. We go on and on about that, bro.
Right.
I don't know who that brother is.
Circumcision? Circumcision, is that science?
I mean, they say it's health benefits to that. Started health benefits to it. You know what I'm saying? I can't go into specifics off the top, but there's a lot of science in the Bible. Well, let me put it like this: there's things in the Bible that are consistent with scientific findings.
Hey, Ratchet Craig got something to say about that. Ratchet Craig got something to say about that with Jashub.
Go ahead, Ratchet Craig. You heard what I said, though. Ratchet Craig, you heard what I said? I said
there ain't no science in the Bible.
So okay.
It's observation.
Now I'm debating Ratchet Craig. I'm debating one of the judges, y'all.
First step. Yeah.
Ain't no,
you better get this work, bro. Live. While we wait on Black Jesus, man.
You better get gotta hurry up too, man. I've been at work all day, bro.
Nah, I'm just waiting on Black Jesus, man. I ain't trying to buddy up the conversation though.
Yo, what's up, Kyle, man?
You
enjoying this?
We can't say that was the closest first step of it. We can say that's the first step.
Hey, hold on. Before he answer that, it's scholastic on one side.
Black Jesus is back. Hollywood Hogan is back, bro.
Stop there, Jashub. Stop there. I am not going to let you persuade my vote, bro.
Hey, so just for clarity, this is the last round, right? Then they're going to do a Q&A or what?
Yep. Okay. All right, Black Jesus, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't start my time yet. I apologize to everybody. I had to switch to a second computer. The keyboard just froze up on me. I couldn't do nothing. And then when I grabbed my second computer and turned this sucker on, it started updating. So man, I apologize to everybody for the lapse of time, but I had to deal with the cards that I was dealt. So I apologize. All right, and I don't have all my stuff lined up on this computer like I had on the other one. So I'm gonna do my best. I think I'll be able to do a pretty good job. But go ahead. Can I share my screen now?
Yeah.
Brother, can I share my screen now?
Yes, you can, bro. As soon as it pops up, I'll put it up there.
All right. This is the last round, correct?
Yes, this is your last round. This is the last. He already did. We at the bottom of the last round. He already did his.
All right, thank you, bro. Yes. All right. Got you, bro. Got you. All right. Sharing screen. Ready. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yo, is it froze?
I don't know.
Brother Jeremiah, can you see my screen?
Yeah. I don't know why it's not pulling up, bro.
Maya, can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, bro. It's in the buffer world, man. I don't know why it's not pulling up, bro. All right, maybe he'll dropped off to get on some green up there, man.
I mean, he don't even got to say it's third round. I won. It's over. Go straight to the adjudication. We'll judge the first 2 rounds. Forget it. Go ahead, man. It's over, man. What did he present in the first round? I rebutted his first round and debunked his first round. The whole thing with one article. It's over, man. His second round was comical. He was just on some jokey stuff, and I ain't hit a joke. That's the difference. I mean, we can't have no dead air, man. What y'all think, man? What y'all think of the debate, man? Is it exciting? It put you to sleep? Or what's going on, man? Y'all laugh at Black Jesus minister jokes?
Can y'all see? Can y'all hear me now? Brother Jeremiah, can you hear me, sir? Jashub, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Okay, I don't know what happened again. I was sharing the screen and it froze up. Okay, so Jashub, somebody need to close their mic real quick. I'm hearing feedback. Sharing my screen again. I hope it don't freeze up. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I see it, Black Jesus. It just came up.
All right, Brother Jeremiah, can you see my screen?
Yeah, it just came up, bro.
Again, everybody, I apologize. Yeah, okay. I do apologize again. All this is beyond my control. Okay, brother. Let me know when my time starts, bro. Jashub, I got 2 questions for you real quick, bro. Thank you. Brother Jashub, can you hear me, sir?
You can be heard.
Brother Jashub.
You can be heard.
Can you hear me, Jashub? Thank you, brother. Now, Jashub, question number 1, sir. When God gave did a miracle to Moses and turned his hand a different color, when God told him to put his hand in his bosom and then pull it out, and it was a different color than its original color, and then he put it back, told him to put it back in, and then pull it out, and he came back to its original color. What color did God change Moses' hand to, brother? Was it red or was it white?
He lost his melanin in his hand, man.
Brother, what does the scripture say? Did the scripture say red or white? If you don't know, just say you don't know.
I know what the scriptures say. You trying to bait me into something that had nothing to do with
Okay, well, it's her.
I gave you the answer. He lost the melanin in his hand. He lost the melanin in his hand. If you get leprosy,
the host.
If you get leprosy, you have no melanin.
The host, bro, sir, excuse me, sir. What color did the scripture say his hands were, liar?
Oh my God. I answered the question.
Okay, man, we done. You just a liar, bro. You need your ass kicked off here right now. Number 2, my question number 2, liar. What color was Miriam when God cursed Miriam?
You got a bad echo.
Hold on, bro. Say what?
You got a bad echo, bro.
I got a back. I know it's not me. That's Jashub. He can turn it off until I ask my question, Jashub. Turn off your mic, bro. Thank you. Now, brother Jashub, liar. Okay. Here's question number 2, liar.
Hold on, Black Jesus.
What
you do
color?
realize this is your third and final round, right? This is not the question segment.
Yes, I do, brother. How much time do I have, bro?
Man, you got 6 minutes.
How much time? How much?
6.
Oh, brother, I just got on here. What the hell you talking about 6 minutes, bro? What the hell is wrong with you? I ain't used no 6 minutes.
My bad, bro. I'm thinking that we going to 10-minute rounds is 15 minutes. My bad, bro. All right,
Okay,
so you got,
how many
11
minutes
minutes.
Bro?
11 minutes.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. Now look here, Jashub. What color was Miriam when God cursed her for turning against Moses from marrying an Ethiopian woman? What color did she turn to, sir, when God cursed her? Did she turn red or did she turn white? Answer the question. Answer the question, Jashub. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Jashub.
Oh, my bad. I was muted. So, I answered your question. She would have what we call vitiligo, where you lose all the melanin in your skin and appear white.
God.
I answered your question.
Thank you, brother. She was white. Thank you, brother Jashub. And I'll accept that, brother, as your first answer too. That Moses' hand was white, and that Miriam was white, as the scripture says, brothers and sisters. You can turn your mic off now, Jashub. You can turn your mic off, brothers and sisters. So now, brothers and sisters, we see that God in the scriptures, whenever he turned somebody color a different color from their original color, meaning that they had color at first, they were turned white as a sign of leprosy, as a sign of disease. Now look at 2 Kings 5, brothers and sisters. Everybody go to 2 Kings 5, and let's talk about a third person in the scripture who also was turned white from his original color. Now, everybody look at verse, I'm not going to read the whole thing because I don't have time. Everybody look at verse 27. This story in 2 Kings 5 is talking about Gehazi, who was the servant to Elijah and who went and stole riches and gold that was actually for Elijah, but Elijah had refused it because he wanted Naaman, the Syrian captain, to give glory and honor to God. And then when he came back and took that money and lied to the Syrian captain and said that my master changed his mind, and then he took the gold and silver and hid it, and then went back to Elijah. Elijah asked him, "Where have you been?" And Gehazi said, "I've been nowhere." And then Elijah busted him and said, "Did not my heart go with thee? I saw you." I'm paraphrasing, y'all. "I saw you in the spirit, and I saw exactly what you did. So now you think it's time to be a rich man now, after what you done. And then Elijah, through God through Elijah, cursed Gehazi. And let's read that curse, brothers and sisters. Look at verse 5, 2 Kings 5:27. "The leprosy therefore of Naaman shall cleave unto thee and unto thy seed forever." And he went out. Who is he? Gehazi. And he went out from his presence a leper. What color, Jashub? As white as snow. Miriam was turned white. Moses' hand was turned white. But on this occasion, Gehazi was turned completely white, just like Miriam was turned white. But let's examine this. What does it say? Not only was Gehazi turned white, "The leprosy therefore of Naaman shall cleave unto thee, and unto thy seed." Do y'all see that? And unto thy seed. What does thy seed mean, everybody? That means his children, his children's children, his children, his children would be white. Just like God cursed Naaman, he had color, but when God cursed him through Elijah, he was turned white, and it said, and it will cling unto you and thy seed. That means that God performed a genetic, that God changed his genetics, brothers and sisters, so that whenever he reproduced with whatever woman, his children reproduced after his cursed white skin. Brothers and sisters, and Brother Jashub, what race of people fit this category as being the white descendants of Gehazi? What race of people fit that paradigm, Jashub? Answer that question.
Not the Caucasians, because Caucasians can get vitiligo as well. They have melanin in their skin. Leprosy is the destruction of all the melanin in your skin. That's why it appears white, and you're more susceptible to UV rays and stuff like that. White people, white Europeans, you do understand they got melanin in their skin, and they can get vitiligo, aka leprosy, and lose that melanin. They can get that same disease. So this is not talking about modern Europeans or Indo-Europeans or white Caucasians. It's not referring to it. You're wrong. Your scholastics, your scholarship is off. You're deplorable, and this is a horrible question. Leprosy does not equal Caucasians. Say it with me. Leprosy does not equal Caucasian phenotype. I rebutted you in your own round, man. It's over.
Brother, thank you, bro.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Question now. You can mute your mic now, bro. Thank you for muting your mic, brother. Appreciate you, brother, because I'm tired of you just being a damn liar, sir. You are just pitiful, Jashub. You ought to be ashamed before your family and your parents for being a liar and a trickster, bro. Like your daddy Jacob, the trickster, bro. Okay? Now, brothers and sisters, we're not going to sit up here and be Scooby-Dooed by Scooby-Doo Jashub, brothers and sisters. The scripture says, and unto thy seed forever. Meaning, we're not talking about vitiligo. Vitiligo is somebody starting out with color, and then they get the disease, and usually in adulthood, they start losing their color like Michael Jackson did, and many other people that many of us know. You start off with color, and then you get the disease, and you lose your color. But this curse right here at Genesis, at 2 Kings 5:27, the leprosy therefore of Naaman shall cleave unto thee, Naaman, and unto thy seed. His seed is talking about his sperm. We're talking about people who aren't even born yet, who are white, according to their genetics, just like their daddy. They're white in the genes as sperm, and then when the sperm expresses itself and he marries with a woman and produces children, those children come out the womb white, Jashub. That's what this means, sir. You're not coming out with no color. This means his children. And I challenge you and anybody else to find a scripture that says that Esau was white. This is the only scripture of a man and his children being described as white. The only thing that you can come up with is this Negro nut nonsense, calling red and saying red and white is the same color. You are mentally ill, sir, or you are either colorblind, sir. Okay? Nowhere in the scripture in reference to Esau, when his name was called Edom, did it say that his children would be white and his children, and that his seed would be white. Nor did it say his seed would be red. But that's what all of you ignorant Israelite brothers and sisters have made up because your dumb, lying, convict-ass teachers have taught you this dumbassedness. And you think it's the gospel. All right? Black Jesus Minister is here to save y'all from dumbassedness, brothers and sisters. Now, Brother Jashub, you cannot trump this, brother. You have no credibility. You have told 5, 6, or 7 lies, and you're sitting up here refusing to obey the scripture right here that the Gehazi is the blonde-haired, white, blue-eyed man, brother, because it said he and his seed shall be white, just like him as snow. His seed is talking about his sperm, even before the child is born. Not no vitiligo when somebody is born with color. not no albinism, not albinism, because even an albino can have a child with color, Brother Jashub, but I'm sure you would tell a big fat lie and say that albinos can't have children of color because you're a liar, sir. But in this case, when God curses, brother, God curses completely. God curses ain't no punk. If God told Naaman that his children and his seed was going to be white, all of them were white, sir. You believe in a punk God, and I don't. I believe in an almighty God, and when he says something, it means exactly what it says, and he means exactly what it says, and you got a problem with that because you are a liar, Jashub. Okay? Now, brothers and sisters, this debate is effectively over. How much time do I got, man?
You got
How much time?
You got
How
2
much
minutes.
time, brother?
Oh, you got 1 minute.
2 minutes. Thank you very much.
1 minute.
Thank
1 minute.
you very much, bro. 1 minute, bro. Okay. Yeah, let me see what I can play for you real quick, bro. Let me play this real quick for you, Jashub. We're gonna see if Jashub gonna lie one more time. All right, if my time run out because it's not working right, this computer's so slow, that's why I never did want to use it in the first place. Let me know when my time is up, bro. We'll just keep it moving.
Got 20 seconds.
This is a 20-second video, 27 seconds. If it'll play. All right, it don't look like it's gonna play. Oh, there you go.
Time.
All right, there we go. Scooby-Doo Jashub. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. All right, man. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna transition to the question and answer segment of the debate. All right. So whatever. After this question and answer segment, we're gonna go to the live people that's watching. We're gonna get your votes to be cast in after the question and answer segment. I'll give you the numbers for each debater. That way you can vote for them right before we transition to the judges. So Black Jesus Minister, you're first. Jashub went first on the round, so you go first on the questions. Each person will have 2 minutes to answer the question.
All right, that's fine. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear, brother?
We can hear you,
can you hear me, Jeremiah? Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Brother Jashub, in the descriptions of Esau, when it said the red hair, even if you believe that it meant is his red skin, did the scriptures say that his skin or his hair was red, or did it say his skin or his hair was white?
The scripture says red all over. And he was named Edom, and it became a nomen omen for his progeny.
Thank you, brother.
And they carried that name, became Erythraeans. Erythraeans dispersed through Europe. Anyway,
okay,
go ahead.
Okay, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, bro. Okay. Now, question number 2. Do I ask all my questions, or do we go back and forth?
No, we're gonna go back to Jashub, and we'll get back with you.
All right,
okay,
so I have a question for Black Jesus Minister. Can you provide a up-to-date a scientific article that states that the Neanderthals are the reason for the pale skin in the Europeans.
Brother Jashub, I just showed you and everybody that you can Google Neanderthal DNA in modern humans, and you will see.
No.
Sir,
Show me the white skin and the pale skin.
Bro, please shut up with your popcorn presentation, bro. Bro, you interrupted me, bro. I'm not talking about your little popcorn, Pop-Tart,
This brother ain't answer my question.
PowerPoint presentation, where you can sit up there and take a copy and paste whatever hell you want on that paper, bro. I'm talking about with everybody who knows anything.
So your claim is baseless. Your claim is baseless then. It's not based off a citation.
Jeremiah, tell this man to shut the hell up when I'm answering. I got 2 minutes. Tell him to shut
Your
up.
claim is baseless.
Come on, man.
Jeremiah, let me hold on. He gonna confuse the audience. Hold on, moderator. Let me
Wait. Jashub, you can respond.
Let me ask him the question again because the brother don't understand.
Shut up.
Can you show me an up-to-date scientific article?
Your question.
Hey, Jeremiah, can you
shut up, bro?
No, I want the audience to hear the actual question so they can show how ignorant you are on the subject.
He's gonna rephrase the question, Black Jesus.
No, I already heard the question and I'm answering.
Brother, we're gonna run this this way,
bro.
Bro, don't make me mute you, brother. Don't make me mute you, brother.
Bro. You can do what you want to, bro.
All right. So go ahead and rephrase your question, Jashub.
For the audience, so they can hear it and understand what's being said, I'm asking this brother, can he provide a scientific source, up-to-date scientific source that states that Neanderthals gave the trait light skin or white skin to the modern-day Europeans?
All right, thank you, sir. Black Jesus, go ahead.
Brother, you can go to the judges now, sir. You done made your choice, not I made mine.
What are you talking about, brother?
You heard what I said, boy. I told you to let me finish answering his question.
Hey, brother. You're not running nothing up on here, Black Jesus. Come on, brother. Are you gonna answer the? You're not running nothing up in here.
No, brother. I was answering the question, sir. I was answering the question, and he was interrupting, and I told you to shut him up, and you wouldn't shut him up. No, you don't let
brother. Do you want to answer the?
Brother, no,
answer the question,
you are not
brother?
going to give him an extra stab at an extra question when I'm in the middle of answering this question, and I'm telling you to shut him up, but you're going to shut me up. Hell to the no. Let's go to the judges, sir.
So you don't want to ask him no more questions,
brother? What did I just tell you, bro? I'm not going to ask no questions. I'm not going to answer no questions because you're being biased because you don't want to let go of this goddamn dumbass lie as well, brother. Now let's keep it going. Let's go to the judges, bro. This thing is over with, bro. Only lying will sit up here aside with you, bro.
So let the record reflect that he forfeited that. So I had nothing to do with it. He forfeited.
Goddamn lie.
He forfeited that segment.
Goddamn lie. I told you to shut the hell
up.
You
just forfeited the segment, brother. I'm not calling you out of your name. I'm just saying you forfeited that segment.
I hate liars, bro. Now let's go.
That should be points against him, not me.
All right. So, we're gonna go to the judges. Before we go to the judges, family, everyone that's watching, I want you to put a number 1 for Black Jesus Minister and a number 2 for Jashub in the chat. Go ahead and do that now. Put a number 1 for Black Jesus Minister, a number 2 for Jashub. First judge we're gonna go to is my brother Kyle. Talk to us, family.
Yo, what's up? I think it was a good debate to begin off with. Honestly, toward the end, it kind of got into ad hominem attacks and yelling and back and forth, and it kind of, it unwrapped, I would say. I would say in the beginning of the debate that Black Jesus came out strong. Black Jesus did what he does best. He plays to the people's emotions. He got people emotionally involved. And he built a good logical argument. But you know, in this particular debate, I really think Jashub came through. He had source after source after source after source. And I mean, he had a lot of things that was deeper level research, and I respect that, you know, about Jashub just in general. You know what I'm saying? He goes a little bit the extra mile. I do want to critique two of the sources that he brought out, though. One of the sources I wouldn't have personally used, the one when you source from the Nazi Jews, because that's basically that was, it had a purpose behind that, you know what I'm saying, for the reason why they wrote it. But otherwise it was great. And my last concern was the 6,000 year thing, because you know, I know this is the debate is Esau the white man, but then that 6,000 years shows that it was white men prior to Esau, so it's kind of iffy for me. As far as you proving your purpose, I think they kind of took you away from doing that. And I don't think Black Jesus proved his purpose, but based on this information, I'll give it to Jashub. He gets the win for me.
All right, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. All right, so we're gonna go to the next judge. We're gonna go to the next judge. One vote for Jashub. All right, so our sister Karima, talk to us, family.
Well, they both did a good job. I like the information that both of them was bringing out. Just that Yashua was bringing out more sources. I like that, and he kept it clean, and he kept it to the topic. Black Minister kept, you know, going off with the attacks with the talking stuff like he normally do, and he didn't come with too many sources. I like the fact that he did bring out the Bible, because Esau was originally spoken of in the Bible. But other than that, he didn't do a good job of bringing out the sources. He did go to the internet with Google searches, and that's not good enough for me. But yeah, y'all sure? He got my vote.
Con. All right, Ratchet Craig, talk to us, family. Ratchet Craig, are you on mute, brother? Come on, brother. You all over the chat, all over the place, brother. Where are you at, bro? You unmuted now. Come on, talk to us.
Hey, yeah, but I'm back in here. Yeah, I'm having a problem with that music. But check this out though. First off, you know, Bully went first, right? Since he went first, he established his methodology. I think he would try to cater to me a little bit. He don't understand methodology, right? That means that you establish the facts. But before I say that is if it was a shit talking contest, I'm gonna beat up on both of them, right? If it was about genetics, I'm gonna beat up on Jashub still, right? I gotta establish that. But as far as the information he established up front, though, the methodology that he was using, right? And Black Jesus tried to go down that rabbit hole like he understood that. And that Neanderthal bothered me. He never answered that question, because Neanderthal was a melanated people, right? There's no paired mutation in them Neanderthal. We went to Google to try to prove his point. It only happened in our species of human, and like the Aboriginal Australians, they are melanated people, and they got a higher dosage of Neanderthal to them than the white people. That's why I must establish up front. And I didn't understand that Esau was a nation at some time. He was the white man, or he was a person, or what. And when it came to like the ad hominem attack, I understand it's a strategy. You off with that, right? It also become a weakness because you rely on it too much. So and the race concept is pseudoscience, though. It is pseudoscience. We gotta just say it.
Right.
I'm going with Jashub, and I know about it was kind of a bloodbath, believe it or not. But that's just me. That's how I feel. It was kind of a bloodbath. And I what I would use.
Hey, can I say something, man? I just want to say 7 candlesticks up. It ain't a debate, it's a stick up. Man, it's over, man. I told you going to kill this dude. He died. He relied on ad hominems, poor scholarship. I told him this before it happened, and it happened. It is what it is. Hey, dog, I'm going to see you second round, dog. Let's get it popping.
All right.
All right.
Doug used a post scholarship too. Doug used a post scholarship too, but man, I just want to throw that out there.
Okay, Doug. Hey, we got to close this show out. I just want to apologize to the audience for the technical difficulties.
Hold on, bro. I need to ask judges their questions like we agreed, sir. I need to ask
all right. Hey, hold up. Since Black Jesus did lose, and he want to ask each judge why you voted against. Y'all got 2 minutes to answer it. Then we're gonna close it out, Black Jesus. We can't turn it to Ringling Brothers, Barnum Baby
Sir. I have no problem.
All right, go ahead, man. Let's keep it respectful. Go ahead, brother. Then we got to close it out. It's going on 2.5 hours. Go ahead, brother. Who you want to ask first, Black Jesus?
Let me share my screen real quick.
Yeah, Retro Creed first. Retro Creed first.
I am about to share my screen. All righty. Okay. Sharing my screen. Can everybody see my screen?
No, we can't see it, brother.
Hello? Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
All right, let me see what's going on.
No, we can't see it.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, you need to help me out, brother. I'm sharing my screen, bro.
We can see it, bro. It's up there.
All right, hold on for a second, brother. Okay, thank you. Can you see the scripture I got there?
No. Yeah.
Can you see the scripture?
Yes.
Okay. Who's the first judge? Step up, judge.
I step up.
First
Retro
one?
Creed step up. Go ahead.
All right, brother. What's your name, brother?
Ratchet Creed. Royal Ratchet Creed for this debate. Royal. It's Royal with this.
All right, thank you, brother. Go ahead and mute your mic, bro. We got feedback. Now, brother Ratchet Craig, brother Ratchet. Now, brother Ratchet. Now, are white people white? Somebody need to mute their mic. I'm getting feedback. Brother Ratchet, are white people white or are white people red?
Red is a obsolete, right? It just depends, right? Because we have pale red, right? And some people will consider it white. It just depends. That's a very you know what I'm saying? There's not no cut on that, right? It's how we look at it from our social construct. But go ahead, I understand. Compared red is like white to me.
Okay, brother. Got you, brother. Now, brother Ratchet, 2 Kings 5 and 27. You're looking at 2 Kings 5 on the screen, verse 27, and it says, you see the very bottom down there in blue? You see it, brother?
Yeah, I see it, but you can read it to me. I can barely see it.
Okay, thank you, brother.
Yeah, I see it. I trust you, though. You read it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, brother. I'm finna read it. Therefore, the leprosy, therefore, of Naaman shall cleave unto thee, talking about Gehazi, and unto thy seed forever. And he went out from his presence a leper as white as snow. So this man Gehazi was cursed and turned white, and the scripture says, not only him, but his seed forever. Do you agree that his seed is talking about his children? And if this man's children would be white, what race of people on the planet would fit this description, sir?
That is a loaded question. That is a loaded question, Black Jesus Minister, because
Okay, well,
I
let me
see
simplify it
leprosy
then.
as
Let me
a
simplify it.
disease. I see
Let me simplify
leprosy
it.
as a disease, right? I do not see it as a race. So it's a loaded question.
Okay, brother. Okay. Well, let me simplify it. The leprosy, therefore, of Naaman shall cleave unto thee and unto thy seed forever. You know what forever means, right? Right?
I know that. Yeah, yes, of course, that
Okay, well,
would be
good,
their
good. Hold
genetic.
on,
Cause we talking genetic. That would be their genetic gene,
hold
baby.
on,
Yeah.
brother, hold on. Come on now. I need to finish it so I can go on. Move on.
Come on,
So,
yeah,
brother,
come on, bro.
we understand what mute your mic. So we understand what the word forever means. That means forever, brother. From that time till now, this man produced progeny and children who are as white as him. So my question, sir, whether you are a Bible believer or not, but if you're a Bible believer and Jashub is a Bible believer, okay, if the Bible is true, what race of people on the planet are this color, sir, that are the descendants of this man?
Jashub basically said in his thing
No,
that
I'm asking
when it
you.
cut to
Black Jesus, let the brother answer, Black Jesus.
he basically showed you that leprosy and white and white skin is white people, right, are different two type of things. I don't know what you don't get with it. Like they have the gene, right? If you want to say they have the gene, okay, they got the gene. That don't mean they got to
Thank you, brother.
express
Thank you,
itself though.
Judge. Thank you,
It's
Brother
done
Ratchet.
though.
Appreciate you, brother.
It's done though. It's done. If that
Okay,
make you
Brother
feel
Ratchet.
good, it's done
Brother
though.
Ratchet. Brother Ratchet, thank you, bro. And this is my last question because I was allowed to ask three. My last question. In the scripture of Esau regarding him being red, did it say in anywhere in the Bible scriptures in reference to Esau that he would produce children that are red or white?
Like I told you, I talked about pale red, right? We could consider it white, right? But that ain't the point. You know, red people with red hair, you know what I'm saying? Red skin and red hair white skin, they go together, right? So if you want to make that
All right,
analogy,
thank you,
I
brother.
understand, but I don't know if that's your
Thank you, Brother
methodology.
Ratchet.
I don't know if that's your methodology, though.
I don't know. I'm
And like
normally not going to
preference,
answer this
like
question,
preference.
but I'm just curious. You don't have to answer this question. Are you a Bible believer? Yes or no? And
No,
we can
I'm
move
a
on.
pure atheist, brother. I'm a pure
Okay, thank you,
atheist.
brother.
I
Thank you very
came out
much.
the Bible.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I
Thank you, bro.
came out the
Appreciate
Bible.
that. Appreciate you.
All
All right, next,
All
Judge.
right, Black
Who's
Jesus.
next?
Kael's up for the next questioning, brother. We're not gonna let you go in on Sister Karima. Come on, man.
Brother Kyle, let's go.
Is he still on here? Kyle?
Ready?
I think I might have to jump off and bring him back, and he can come back on. But he got up out of here.
Well, let's go to Sister Karima. Come on.
Come on,
Bible
man.
believer.
All right, you got.
Let's go, Karima.
No, both of them are off, bro.
No.
They left,
Judge
man.
needs to give a reason and rationale for her decision.
Brother,
we already agreed that I need to ask three questions of the judges, brother.
Yeah, but Black Jesus during that, during her decision, they told why they voted for that, for Jashub. That was it. That was a decision. They gave you a decision why.
No, they did not, sir. They are going to answer my questions, bro. They should have never called this judge. We already agreed that I asked questions at the end of the debate, sir.
All right, well, they left, family. They gone. You got one judge to answer some questions.
Here go Kyle. Kyle's back, but
No. Where's Karima?
All right. So listen, is there room for him, Jeremiah?
Yeah, well, call Karima and tell her to get back on here.
Hey, everybody, hold up. You got to mute your mic. You got a bad echo, bro.
Okay. All
right. We got Kyle on, bro. We got Kyle, but Karima's gone, bro. You can ask Kyle.
All right, Kyle, what's going on, brother? Brother Kyle.
Yeah, my bad. I was on mute. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Brother Kyle, you're very smart, brother. Now, Brother Kyle, did I speak the truth when the evidence shows, and everybody knows by now, that European DNA is mixed with Neanderthal DNA that still exists today? Yes or no, sir? Or whatever you want to say on that.
Correct.
I'm sorry, repeat that again, brother.
I said correct. I agree with you.
Thank you very much, brother. My second question, brother Kyle, do you know the difference between the color red and white?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, and this is a a compound question. So, if you know the difference between red and white, what color are white people? Are they white or are they red?
Well, I mean, white people is a family of different colors and shades. So, I mean, you have some that lack a lot of melanin. So you have some that are pasty white, some are peach. You know what I'm saying? And their skin flushes and turn red. The same way you have light skinned black people, their skin touches it comes ruddy. That's the word you want to have. The word is ruddy.
Okay.
It's when your skin flushes.
Okay. So in other words, white people are red, or sometimes some of them are red and some of them are white. Is that what you're saying?
Nah, I'm saying that when you're looking at the word ruddy, it doesn't mean red. It means a flushing. It means the blood is rolling through your skin. That's why you have the ties to it with Adawam in the Bible and blood and red. Because it means a flushing of the skin.
Good. I agree with you on that, brother. But again, you're saying that when their blood is flushed and they turn red, but you must agree that red is not their natural color until they become flushed or they become sunburned. Correct, bro?
Correct.
Thank you, brother. Now, brother, is there any other scripture besides 2 Kings 5:27 that says any other man in the Bible was cursed and turned white, and his children turned to be white forever, other than Gehazi in 2 Kings 5:27?
Not that I'm aware of that anybody else is permanently cursed with it.
Thank you, brother. And I'm gonna second that. No, brother, there's no other scripture of a man being cursed white and his children being white unto this day, forever. The only man that fits that description is Gehazi. My last question, sir. In the description of Gehazi, anywhere in the scriptures, did it say anything similar to the curse of Gehazi that Esau would have children who would be red or white?
No, it doesn't. It's kind of puzzling how he could potentially even have that, because he would live around a bunch of black people. He would be reproducing with people of color.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. Exactly. He's producing with people of color, and he's only one man, and the children are going to be half and half, and eventually those children will be darker than the people who are darker than him, because he's living among Hamites.
And Black Jesus, you didn't bring that out in your debate, family. You didn't.
Thank you, bro.
I was waiting.
We done,
Black Jesus.
Okay, bro.
Congratulations, bro. You should have brought that out in the debate. That was a good point. I was waiting for you to bring that out. I would have brought that out myself.
Where's Karima? Where is Karima?
She gone,
bro,
man.
She gone.
She has something to take care of. So let's.
All right. I appreciate y'all. Okay, thank you.
Black Jesus.
Thank
before you leave,
Kyle.
brother,
Thank you, brother Kyle.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. All right, Black Jesus. Next time, hey, you know your technical thing be messing up, brother. You need to get that straight. All right, there we go. We're back on. Black Jesus, this is a word of advice to anybody who's out here debating. You know, if you don't got your technical stuff right, it kind of messes you up in your debate. You know, this is why me myself, I always write my stuff down along with my technical stuff, just in case it mess up. You see what I'm saying? You got to have something to fall back on. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, everybody's different, but I'm just saying a word of advice. You know, start writing your stuff down as well. Because that way, if something do go wrong, you can come back to your notes with your references wrote down. You know what I'm saying? Because we had to buy time for Black Jesus Minister because of technical difficulties, and then he didn't have his stuff wrote down. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, man, we had a great day of debates. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, congratulations to Jashub, King Self, and Pro Israel for moving on. We still got to do a preliminary for Angel. So we got one more spot open because one of the judges that was supposed to debate Angel, he ended up being a judge as early as today, the debate today. So we really need a spot. We got one more spot open for anybody that want to jump in. You know, but other than that, man, hey.
I appreciate the scoring. I appreciate the opportunity. Brother Jashub. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Jashub. My advice to you, Scooby-Doo, is stop lying. And the rest of you Israelites, y'all better drop this goddamn lie that Esau is the white man and stop being a goddamn liar.
All right. And also, look, two of the judges wasn't even Israelites. Kael's not an Israelite. The other brother wasn't an Israelite. Only Israelite.
You got something else playing, man? You got a bad echo.
No, y'all can't hear me?
No, it's just echoing real bad, bro.
All right. What? Oh, yeah, I do got something else playing. My other phone. That's right. All right. Well, hey, yeah, I'm tripping. All right, let me turn it off. But hey, I just want to say congratulations to the winners. Also, Black Jesus, keep your head up, brother. Just some of the attackers, maybe, you know, take out the Sesame Street stuff and stick to your information, brother. Because to me, your first round, you did pretty good, but then when you came in with the Sesame Street stuff, it kind of threw a lot of people off. That being said, hey, I'm out.
The biggest icon in wrestling.